Nice to see you guys again. It has been a bit. My senior year was crazy and I did not have time, but I've graduated now, which is insane, and I'm trying to figure my shit out after graduating from art school. So come join me in exploring and learning about who I'm gonna be after being a student. I got my loom. Look at her, she's so beautiful. I have a bench that came with it, and it's a 4-shaft loom, and I got reed, and all I gotta do is clean this rust off of this guy. I got 12 dent because I think that will be the most beneficial for me in terms of like, I think it's super flexible in what kind of spacing I can do for a lot of different types of yarn. So I thought 12 dent would be good for me. I use 12 dent a lot, and I use it pretty often at CCA, so I got that. And yeah, it was an adventure. It was really fun, and I think the main thing for now is it needs more heddles, so I am on the quest for more heddles now. There are like a decent amount, but definitely not enough for the weavings I am thinking of doing. Maybe some things it will work out, but I want to do some kitchen towels and I think I'll need some more. But yeah, they're 10.5-inch heddles, so I think that I'll just be on the lookout for those. And yeah, I'm so excited that I got this loom in here. Now my space feels like a little bit smaller than it definitely felt like previously, but you know, this is my priorities clearly, so I think it works out. I think this is exactly what I needed in my life. So yay! I'm so excited to have this in my place. And I'm so excited to start weaving! Yay! My mom brought this lavender that she picked from the garden that she planted as a reward for getting my room revamping done. So sweet. So I ended up folding up all of these papers
I have them separated by 10, so the folded side alternates, so then I know the groupings of the 10. And honestly, this is not as much paper as I thought it was gonna be, so I'm ripping up more sheets right now from a different book, but I'm realizing that the issue about recycling or repurposing the paper from old sketchbooks is that they're all different types of paper, which I guess I should have known that that was happening. But I kind of think that that's fine. Maybe some can have mixes of different types of paper, because if it's just like different types of white paper, different types of sketch paper, that's a little bit strange. But I also have like pretty fun types of paper. I have things like this handwriting like paper that you use when you're like in elementary school to learn how to write. I also have like some different colored like pad paper, and like I think these are really cool, so I'd like to do something with that. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm just gonna lean into the fact that they're all different papers, or each one is consistently one paper and they're all different notebooks, but they're like similar sizes, and that's what makes them like quote unquote the same notebook. I don't know. I'm kind of having an exploratory moment with the materials I have and I plan to use, because it is like a restriction in a way, but it's a fun restriction that I think is pushing my creative mind, which is exciting. But I think I might do a double pamphlet stitch binding. I don't know if that's a thing, but pamphlet stitch is like a pretty easy binding type that you just have the middle spine bound where all the sheets are bound together, and it's all one fold that all the papers are in. But I think I'm gonna do one book that has two of those kind of, and the cover is what both of those two signatures are binding into. And I kind of did that for a commission that I did recently. I'll put in a photo. It was for a gift. This person wanted a small book that had 50 pages for 50 things that they love about this person that's turning 50. And because they wanted it to be pretty small, I thought that like certain stitching types would be really bulky and hard to figure out. So then I did this pamphlet stitch, but like with a shared cover for two pamphlet stitches basically, and that worked super well, and I thought that was super cute. And I think I want to do that a little bit more. Yeah, I'm just brainstorming, seeing what feels right to me, you know? So we shall see. I don't know if I said this to you guys, but my body has been hurting like crazy recently. During my time that I did not make videos, I got hit by a car, so I have some injuries relating to that. And I don't know, my body's just more prone to hurting after small bits of work. So like just folding all these sheets, my wrist hurts like crazy already. So I'm just trying to take it easy, but also like get in the groove and have fun with it, you know? So that's where I'm at. So the sun has set and I'm getting ready to wind down and go to bed. But I wanted to show you guys this, where I started this notebook just now, where I'm logging like different notes on my art making. It says notebook for my art making notes, and I've been writing like how long each thing that I do takes. So I've been timing myself and seeing how long those steps take. For example, like harvesting paper from old notebooks. In 10 minutes, I could harvest 28 sheets. Or cutting harvest paper to size. And in 10 minutes, I was able to cut 60 sheets because I cut them in a big stack. And just like taking notes on how long each of my tasks take to make a product. So I can, I don't know, it's so I can be able to understand how long certain things take. And I think having these numbers will help me in the future to not only to just price these things that I'm currently making, but to be able to give an estimate price when there's people that are asking for a commission and they have a project in mind, and then I can look through this and be like, oh, well, I will need to take these steps and these things take around this much time. So then I can have like an estimate price from that. So I feel like this is like a more information I collect as time goes on, the stronger of a tool this is gonna be for me. But I'm really excited about it, so I wanted to share. Hello. So it's the next day. I went to the hardware store today because I realized that I need a rattle and lead sticks and side sticks for my loom, and I don't have that. I got these sticks and I got some nails as well, so I think this is going to be for my cross and the dowels. I know that usually there are flatter sticks with holes in them so you can tie off your cross, but I think I can just do it with rubber bands, or even just like tape one side and then do a tie on the other stick. I think that will be easier for me, and I think a dowel would be really easy to see the cross. So I grabbed this and some of this, which I think this will be good for making the rattle, and I got some nails for that as well. I went to a gallery reception opening for an exhibition at Kala, and I got to see my professors and got to meet some new people, so that was very sweet. Got to see one of my classmates as well. So yeah, now I think I'm just gonna go back to prepping for more books, and I'm kind of thinking of like how can I elevate these notebooks. I'm kind of wondering what is a good way to elevate them that is not the most time consuming, because I don't want them to be super unaffordable, but I also don't want them to be plain, and I want them to be unique. So I'm kind of thinking of different ideas of what I can do for the covers for them and binding style while I'm folding up these pages right now. One of the studio vlog videos I was watching, they were drinking hot chocolate, so I made my own. It made me really crave it. And this super cute ceramic handmade mug I have. So let's keep working. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm harvesting more pages that are from sketchbooks and notebooks that are 12 by 9-inch sheets, and they become this size, which is 4.5 by 6, and this is going to be the size of each book that I'm making right now. This is how much paper I have folded, cut and folded to size. So this is 260 sheets right now. And I'm thinking that each book maybe has 20 sheets, so then it'll be a 40-page book. It seems a little small maybe, so I might size up, but I think 40 pages is my starting point, I think. Yay! Exciting! This is lots of paper. It's getting pretty heavy. And this is 3 notebooks worth that I harvested, and I have 2 more sketchbooks to go to harvest and cut and fold into these. It's really good, guys. So I found some weird funky paper because I harvested these sheets, lots of paper, thinking that this was also 9 by 12 because I measured the length and it was 12 inches. And then I was also harvesting this paper, which I measured this way and it's 12. So I was like, oh, this is 9 by 12. Turns out this is 9 by 12. But this paper is 8.5 by 12, not 8.5 by 11, not 12 by 9, but 8.5 by 12. So I can't use this paper for these notebooks. I think I'm going to do another batch of similar notebooks with the 8.5 by 11, and maybe I'll cut this down to 8.5 by 11 when I do those. So then the shorter side is true to what I need, and the taller side I'll cut off 1 inch, so it'll be 11 by 1.5. But that's a bummer. I thought this was 12 by 9 inches. Well, moving on, I guess. I think that will be it for this video. I hope you had a sweet time, and thank you for coming along and joining me in a week after
graduating from art school. Bye-bye.